Hello, Algebra 1. Today is the last day of new material of this unit, and we are going to work on finding missing values. So this actually happens a lot on standardized tests when you're given an average, but you're finding a value that is missing. So 5 friends, Jamie, Jerry, Jason, Jaden, and Junior, decide to see how many hamburgers they can eat before they get sick. Okay, please do not try this at home. Once they are feeling better, the boys record the number of hamburgers they were able to eat in the table below. Junior wants to test your math skills and wants you to complete the table. If the average number of hamburgers eaten was 8.8, how many hamburgers must Junior have eaten? Okay, so you can see this table shows how many hamburgers each person ate, but for Junior, we're not sure. We have to figure that out. So let's think about how we'd find an average. We would add up all of our numbers, and since I don't know this one, I'm going to call it X. And we divide by how many numbers there are, which there are going to be 5, and that's equal to our average, and our average was 8.8. All right, so the next thing you're going to want to do is add up all these numbers on top. So it's 6 plus 7.5 plus 9 plus 10. And that's a 32.5 plus the X divided by 5 is equal to 8.8. And you can go ahead and put this over 1, and now we can just cross multiply. Okay, but when you are multiplying to a 1, well, that doesn't do anything. So it's just 32.5 plus X equals, and we'll cross this way, 5 times 8.8. And that's 44. And then we want to get the X by itself. So we'll just subtract our 32.5 over. And 44 minus 32.5 is 11.5. And so Junior must have had 11.5 burgers, which is too many burgers in my opinion. All right, so let's try a little review from yesterday. Mrs. Stites gives a test and the results are as follows. So notice there are no missing values here. It just is all of the grades, and we're going to find the average score on the test like yesterday. So there are 2 60%. We're going to multiply those. That gives us 120. 4 70%. Multiply those. That gives us 280. 8 80%. That's 8 times 8. So that's a 640. 10 90%. That's a 900. And 2 100%, that's a 200. And we're going to add all of those values up. So this is like what would happen if we made a list of all of our data values and then we added up all those data values. Okay, and that gives us 2,140. And what we're going to divide by is how many people took those tests. So that's the frequency column. This is 6 plus 8 is 14 plus 10 is 24 plus 2 is 26 people took the test. And so I'm dividing by 26. And that gives us, if we're rounding to the nearest percent, about an 82%, which is what it says, round to the nearest percent. All right, but Karen takes the test late. And Mrs. Stites is still hoping that her average stays at B. So we're going to say an 80%. We want to know what score Karen must get to achieve this. Okay, so we already added up all of the scores and we got a 2,140 plus we don't know Karen's score. But now instead of 26 students, there are 27. And we are hoping that my average stays in 80. Okay, so we're going to go ahead cross multiply. And again, this 2140 plus X will just stay the same because you're basically multiplying by a 1. 27 times 80 will have to multiply. So that's 2,160. And then to solve for X, we're subtracting our 2140 over. And all Karen needs to get is a 20% in order for me to keep my average as an 80. So Karen, I believe in you. All right, let's try a few more. Jenny is training for a 5K. She runs for 7 straight days. Her first 6 times were 36 minutes, 34, 28, 30, 31, and 27. If Jenny wants an average time of 30 minutes for the week, how long did it take Jenny's run, or how long did Jenny's run take on the 7th day? So remember, your average is like the answer that we're getting. And over here, we have 7 days, so I'm dividing by 7, and I'm going to add up my times. And some people decide to add this up right away. I like to write it out first. Oop, I did not give myself enough room. Okay, so plus x. And then I'm going to go ahead and add these values up. Okay, so 36 plus 34. So these are the first 6 days of the week. And that's 186 minutes plus her time on Sunday, divide by 7, and we want that to be 30 minutes. Okay, so again, you're going to cross multiply, and we'll get 186 plus x equals 7 times 230 is 210. And then we just subtract our 186 over, which gives us 24. And that is minutes. So that's how many minutes she needs to run in order to have an average of half an hour. You have taken 5 algebra tests. You have taken 5 tests, this should say, in algebra class this semester. Your scores are an 84, a 92, an 88, a 96, and an 81. You would like to have an average of 90 after your 6th test. What must you get on the 6th test? So again, we're dividing by 6 because there are going to be 6 tests. We just have the scores for the first 5. Okay, so your 6th test is going to be plus x, and we want an average of 90. Okay, go ahead and add up these numbers. Okay, and that should give us a 441. Plus x all over 6 equals 90. All right, so let's cross multiply. So that's, again, it's like we're dividing by 1 here. So just a 441 plus x equals 6 times 90 is 540. And then we're just going to subtract that 441 over. And 540 minus 441 is a 99%. All right, last one. Your friend has received a 78 and a 91 on 2 tests. He wants to have an average of a 90% after the 3rd test. What does your friend have to get on his test? Is this possible? So this time we only have 3 tests. We have the 78, we have the 91, and we have this unknown grade. And he wants an average of 90. Okay, if you go ahead and you add up these scores, this is going to be a 169 plus x all over 3 equals 90. And again, this looks hard, but you're really just cross multiplying. Okay, 169 plus x equals 3 times 90 is a 270. And then we are subtracting your 169 over. And that gives you a 101%. So unless your teacher is offering some extra credit, this is probably not possible. Okay, because he needs to score over 100% in order to get that average. All right, so that is how to find the average, or how to find a missing value. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.